First case on the court's docket, we're gonna call cause number M333432, case is style of state of Texas versus Cody Allen Pascal. Mr. Pascal? Mr. Pascal's not here? Oh, I thought he was here. Oh. Okay, we'll go to the next case. Next case is cause numbers M332011 and cause number M332013. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus David Dwayne Grogan.
He's broken down.
Mr. Grogan, your full name is David Dwayne Grogan?
Correct.
How you doing, Mr. Grogan?
All right.
That's good. Mr. Grogan, you are represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Peter Dahl. Attorney Dahl, how are you doing?
Pretty good, Judge.
That's good. Now, state is represented by Assistant District Attorney, Attorney Kobe Hallpower. Attorney Hallpower, how are you doing?
How you doing, Judge?
Mr. Dahl, what is your announcement in Mr. Grogan cases?
We desire a trial.
Okay, hold on, we'll give him a trial date.
Judge, I believe both of these are out of the same incident or occurrence, so we're gonna file a motion to join or
You got it, okay.
try them at the same time.
June 26th.
Okay, this case is set for June 26th.
Both of them.
Yes. That's June 26th of 2023. Mr. Grogan, your attorney is gonna give you your reset. Once your attorney give you your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And Mr. Dahl, I think these are your only two cases. Okay, once you get the reset, you'll be free to go as well. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Don't see the stoplight. You have to look at it. Feel nice to look at. We're gonna take a look at it, they come back. I got to look at the farm. It was transferred.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and forth.
Yes.
Let me look.
All right, yeah, I'll come back and see you, Russ.
Next case is cause number M333438, case of style of state of Texas versus Michael Wayne Thompson.
Michael, just come around now. The gentleman I was talking about.
Mr. Thompson, your full name is Michael Wayne Thompson.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Thompson?
Right.
That's good, Mr. Thompson. You're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Thompson's case?
Your Honor, we have now received all the discovery. This is one of those cases I had to go back and re-request discovery on, which we've now received. So if you would allow me, and I told Mr. Thompson, if you would allow me 30 days to review the video evidence, I have an offer from Mr. Hallpower, which I'll set up an appointment with Mr. Thompson and we'll go over everything.
Okay,
We should be able to dispose of the case.
okay. Could you give us a reset date on the announcement, Doctor?
June 12th.
Okay. What else?
Yeah.
Don Boudreaux. Provo.
Ms. Provo, I spoke with. I'm looking into the felony judge, and if it's been resolved, I'm like going to dismiss this. case.
Okay, well, just hold on it then.
Yes, if you don't mind.
Okay,
She did, okay, and I'm gonna do that right now.
okay. Good morning. That's Mayo. Yes. That's on page 6, second from the bottom. He's on Zoom. Not yet.
William Wilkerson. He'll be here.
Okay,
He's on his phone.
okay, now let me do this here. This is cause number M331294. The case is style of state of Texas versus Jared Devereaux Mayo. Mr. Mayo, the court has just been informed that your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, is sick and he will not be here this morning. So your case is going to be reset. Do we have a reset date?
I think June 12th.
Okay, this case is going to be reset to June 12th of 2023. Stay in contact with your attorney's office and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next case is cause number M329913. Case is style the state of and cause number M329381. Both cases are style the state of Texas versus Darrell James Ordwine III. Mr. Ordwine, would you please come forward? Okay, Mr. Ordwine, you're represented in your cases by attorney Marcus Wilkerson. The court has just been informed that Mr. Wilkerson is sick and he will not be here today. So your cases will be reset. You're gonna stand in front of our court coordinator. She'll reset your case. Once your case is reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You can have a seat, I'll come.
And Mr. Ordwine has 3 cases. The other case is cause number M328475. Mr. Boudreaux, this is not the time
I
to,
understand that.
you know, bring up any facts of the case or anything of that nature.
But what
Only
I'm-
thing the court wants to know is, whether or not your client wants to, you know, set the case on a trial docket, or whether or not she wants to enter a plea, or whether or not y'all need some more time to complete the discovery and or negotiate.
Perhaps we could, well, if you reset it for 30 days, maybe we can talk to the DA and see if something else can be worked out other than their.
Okay.
offer at this time.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this case on the announcement docket. Give us a reset date.
June 12th.
This case, Miss Mike, will be reset until June 12th. Give your attorney an opportunity to renegotiate with the district attorney's office. Your attorney will be given a copy of your reset here in court. And once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Boudreaux, once you get the reset, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day. Please
you.
stand over in front of our coordinator.
Arjuan. Hold on.
There you go.
Next case is cause number M334084. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Luke Andrew Truxell. Okay,
I was just talking to him and he called his name.
okay. Now, your full name is Luke Andrew Truxell?
Correct.
How you doing, Mr. Truxell? Doing good? That's good. Now, Mr. Truxell, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Truxell's case?
Your Honor, I was hired March 24th on this case. I requested discovery a day later. I
Okay.
still have not received the video evidence as of right now. I do have access to the offense report, which at the appropriate time I will review with Mr. Troxel.
Okay, give us a reset date.
He's not.
Okay, this case will be reset to June 19th of 2023. Mr. Truxell, your attorney is going to be given a reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Paget, is this your last case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you'll be free to go as well and you have a
Thank
blessed
you,
day.
Your Honor. I appreciate it.
You are.
Slow.
Oh, here it is.
Slow.
Heather Casper. Cause number M333510. Ms. Casper, your full name is Heather Michelle Casper? Okay. This is cause number M333510. Ms. Casper, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Barbara Provo. Now, Ms. Casper, how are you doing? You doing all right? And Ms. Provo, how are you doing? Okay. Now, Ms. Casper, I have before me a motion to dismiss your case that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. Mr. Hawkfire,
Yes,
I have a motion to dismiss Ms. Casper's case. Is that correct?
that's correct, Judge. They filed that just now.
Okay, and so Ms. Casper, I'm signing a motion to dismiss your case. Your attorney is going to be given a copy in a few minutes. Once you get a copy of this dismissal from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. All right, you're welcome. Yes, is this your only case? Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. He's, it's gonna be printed out. in a few.
Probably.
I do have another thing. I think they recently.
No, Mark Owens is present. He's present.
No, he's not. No,
He's not?
He has a felony case.
I'll check.
Oh, okay.
James in jail. He got a felony case today.
So that's gonna be reset?
We don't know. I'm sure it will.
I'm saying from, well,
Even if it is.
do you know what's happening with the case?
No.
Because if it gets disposed, oh, that's, what, is he in drug court or what court? Well, they won't bring him over today anyway. Now, if it gets disposed of, we can, we have our jail run tomorrow. We gonna put him on the jail run unless the state does something else with the case. Okay.
I'll let you know, if they.
That's it. Okay, we have a Davis.
Got two judges.
Oh, there's two of them?
Yeah. Finishing the second one.
Okay,
And Mr. Ray is going to get the discovery sheet.
okay. Next case is cause number M 332-563. Case is filed with the state of Texas versus Richard Joseph Moe. Okay, yeah, yes. Mr. Moe, is your full name Richard Joseph Moe?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Moe, you have to stand in front of the bench. How are you doing, Mr. Moe?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Moe, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Willard Hall. Attorney Hall, how are you doing?
Doing great, Your Honor.
Mr. Hall, what is your announcement in Mr. Moe's case?
Spoke to Mr. Hoppower this morning. I have tried to call him. I know he's been real snowed under. Talked to him this morning. We have a new offer. Mr.
Okay.
Moe would like to think about it.
Okay,
So if you do said, and also I need to talk to Mr. Hopper again about that.
okay. Could you give us a reset date on Mr. Moe, Richard Moe?
It's a regular announcement.
Yeah, 2 months.
About 60 days?
Oh. Be June 28th.
Okay, this case, Mr. Moe, will be reset to June 28th of 2023. Your attorney will be given your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day, Mr. Hall. I think this is your only case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Once you get the reset, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
I believe I cut it short. I cut the corner.
Okay. So we have Brian Davis. Davis County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in 2 cases. First case is called number M 331952. And the second case is cause number M 333282. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Brian Lee Davis. Oh, okay, y'all still need some.
Come on, Your Honor.
Morning. Jefferson County Court, law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session. In cause number M 331952, case is filed in the state of Texas versus Brian Lee Davis. Mr. Davis, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. Davis, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Davis, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Davis, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Davis?
Good.
That's good. And Mr. Davis, you're here represented by Attorney Bruce Greger. Attorney Greger, how are you doing?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Ms. Greger, do you waive a record in Mr. Davis's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about December 8 of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Davis, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Place no contest, Your Honor.
Now, you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Gregory, you gotta check that other box, just check that box that says a class A misdemeanor. Not the DWI first, which is a class B.
That's satisfactory.
Yeah, this is the right one. Now, Mr. Davis, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Now, on the first page of this document, there's one box that's checked under the title of punishment range, and it says, if convicted, you may face the following punishment range for a Class A misdemeanor: confinement in jail for a term not to exceed 1 year, a fine not to exceed $4,000, or both such fine and confinement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Davis, there are a set of initials, BD, that are on a line next to a box that is checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
On the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that is titled?
Your Honor, I did sign.
Oh, you didn't sign it?
Sign that. We apparently overlooked that line. The lawyer probably didn't give it to him.
Oh,
Yes, sir, that's my signature.
okay. Now, Mr. Davis, at the top of this same document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document here. This document is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And is this your signature above the line that is titled Defendant?
yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Davis, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes,
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State, I have before me States Exhibits 1 and 2. States Exhibit 1 is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. States Exhibit 2 is the probable cause affidavit, which is in the court's file. State, would you like to offer States Exhibits 1 and 2 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objections. States Exhibits 1 and 2 will be admitted into evidence. Now, Mr. Gregory, you advised and counseled Mr. Davis. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
There's none, Your Honor.
And Mr. Davis, your attorney, Mr. Gregory, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Davis, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for plea of guilty, no contest, and Judge, I want to be clear, this is going to run concurrent with the other case. Also, they're identical plea bargains, so they're going to be all the same terms and conditions on both of them are exactly the same. So 90 days probated for 18 months,
18 months.
$1,000 fine, and court costs, 100 hours community service,
Community service.
interlock device, and all other standard terms and conditions for a DWI probation.
Okay.
To run concurrent with cause numbers M333282.
Hmm. Mr. Davis.
Yes.
The state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be on probation for 18 months. During the 18-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $470. You'll also be required to pay probation fees of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You will also be required to pay a reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay the Jefferson County DW education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $167. Will you be able to pay the $167 each month?
Yes.
You'll also be required to perform 100 hours of community service. You'll be required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You'll be required to attend and complete a DW education class. You'll be required to get a drug and alcohol assessment, and you'll also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. In conjunction with this plea, the state will be running cause number M333282 concurrent with this case. Now, Mr. Davis, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Davis, I will follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Davis, we will move on to your next case. And your next case is cause number M333282. And Mr. Davis, in this case, I have before me an information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And in this information, it alleges that you, Brian D. Davis, on or about May 11 of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Davis, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Davis, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Davis, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials BD that are on a line next to a box that is checked. No, the continuous means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
The next document that I have is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials? Excuse me, there's one box that's checked at the top of this document. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The next document that I have is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Davis, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Gregory, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2. State's Exhibit 1 is misdemeanor plea admonishment. State's Exhibit number 2 is the probable cause affidavit. State, would you like to offer States 1 and 2 into evidence?
Yes, sir.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. And again, Mr. Gregory, you advised and counsel Mr. Davis, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
There is none, Your Honor.
And Mr. Davis, your attorney, Mr. Gregory, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full and effective competent representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, State, would you please recite the plea bargain in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. And once again, this is current with cause number 331-952. In exchange for a plea of no contest, the state's agreed to recommend 90 days probated for 18 months, Your Honor, $1,000 fine and court costs, 100 hours community-based service, interlock device, and also all standard terms and conditions for a DWI
Okay.
probation.
Now, Mr. Davis, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 18 months. During the 18-month probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $452. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You will also be required to pay a reimbursement fee of $15 each month. You're also required to pay to attend and complete a DWI education class. You'll be required to pay that fee on the day of the plea, and that fee is $125. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments in this case, with everything I just said, is $166. However, because you're already on probation, they're going to you won't be paying 2 probation fees. You'll be paying only $160 a month. So what's going to happen is instead of paying $166 a month, you'll probably be paying $106 a month on this case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, will you be able to pay the $106 each month on this case?
Yes.
And you also be required to perform 100 hours of community service, required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You'll be required to attend and complete the DWI education class. You'll be required to get a drug and alcohol assessment with the probation office, and you will be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of the probation. And this case is going to run concurrent with cause number M331952, which is your previous case. Now, Mr. Davis, do you understand the state's offer in this case?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Davis, you're gonna stand in front of our court clerk, right to my right, follow her instructions, and once you finish following her instructions, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Attorney Gregory, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Right here. Mhm.
Court is gonna be in recess.